few moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Let's go. Let's do this. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Rip. Check 24. Check 24.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Straight 15. Straight 15. 50.
Throwing now is Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is Howard on second down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he finds a man. It's Martin. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they look at the sideline thinking to themselves, and
he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And this one is right down the middle. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. What is it? 388. Check 53. I got it. What is it?
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
From the 22, Newton. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Running with Howard. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he connects with Ertz. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Eagles 10, Redskins nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
At their own 33-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's got a man complete. A gain of 32 that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Newton out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. Here we go. 53. Check, 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 check.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Jordan Reed has it. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
That's another Washington Redskins first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Able to find his running back, Geis. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Geis.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Washington Redskins, first and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now after the run by Geis, here's first and 10.
Check pass. Check pass.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Newton now to throw. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew. Where he was when he decided to take off and go.
So now on fourth down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins, from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Hopkins' kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. that's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Philadelphia.
Here we go. Ready? Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
On first down, Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey.
Come on, fellas.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
To throw is Newton. And he finds McLaurin. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 76 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working from the gun, Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They go with Howard again. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
At the 20-yard line.
Okay. 53 is the mic. Let's go, D.
On 2nd down and 4, Newton. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Newton. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe it.
Now Newton. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Newton throwing again. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Throwing again is Newton. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To the air again, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Wentz now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That really sets them back, a loss of 6. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down.
Ready? 53. Check 53. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis able to record his 5th sack of the season. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Throwing now is Wentz. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, here's White. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here's Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On first down, Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
That's it. Big hit.
Out of bounds at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a run with Geis. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Newton now to throw. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So this game's had a little bit of everything. Here's another little something, a potential game-tying fourth-quarter field goal that winds up hitting iron.
And there's always the chance that it's going to hit and bank itself in, but no such luck that time. And that's a body blow right there.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football.
They got his man complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A first down and then some, 36 yards. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Redskins' 49-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check. Sunday.
Now Wentz. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence come.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation. But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Throwing is Newton. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
We got this.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Washington, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, that first win remains elusive. They dropped to 0-12 now with the loss here. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.